Tortoise and the name all of you. A long time ago, there was a severe famine in the animal kingdom. The gods invited the birds to a feast in heaven. Tortoise was the cunningest of all the animals, and hardly anything happened that escaped his knowledge. One day, he saw the birds excitedly preparing for a grand festivity. "What are you birds making this preparation for?" he asked. "We have just been invited to a big feast in heaven," replied the parrot. "Can I join you?" the tortoise inquired. "You join us?" asked the eagle, and immediately the other birds busted out laughing. "What is so funny?" asked the surprised tortoise. "How can you join us when you don't even have a feather to fly with?" replied the dove. "You all can collectively help me with feathers," Tortoise replied thoughtfully. "Tortoise, we know you too well, and how you are always out for mischief," explained the canary. "Helping you may not be the problem, but in the long run, you will repay our good with bad," he concluded. "You see, I am now a changed person," replied the tortoise. "I have come to realize that anyone who continues to be cunning like I used to be and up to mischief is only harming himself," explained the cunning tortoise. "Well, for the sake of God, we can help you because it seems that you have changed," the eagle replied. Subsequently, all the birds donated feathers to the tortoise to make exquisite wings for himself. The tortoise was gorgeous, and the birds appointed the tortoise as the spokesperson because he was also eloquent. The tortoise told them just before they flew to heaven for the feast, "You know we are about to attend a great and exceptional feast. We can't just go there without taking new names for ourselves." All the birds were bewildered because they had never heard of a thing like that before. Since they felt the tortoise was wise, they all took names for themselves. Tortoise chose the name all of you. When they reached heaven, their guests warmly welcomed them. They led the birds to the table, serving them assorted meals and drinks. Before they started eating the tortoise, one of the guests asked, "Whose food are these?" "Of course it is for all of you," replied the guest, obviously surprised at the tortoise's question. The tortoise immediately turned to the birds, saying, "Don't forget that my name is all of you." At these words, he began to devour the food for all of them alone in reckless abandon. When the guests saw the tortoise eating alone, they felt it was their custom to eat first before the rest. It so happened that whatever they served to them, the tortoise would ask whose food this was, and the host's reply would be, "All of you." The tortoise would claim them, saying that his name is all of you. That happens whenever the guests have anything for the birds and tortoise. All the birds were filled with rage at the end of the feast. Although they invited the tortoise to the feast, the tortoise deprived them of all the enjoyment. They angrily took their plumes, feathers, from him until he had none left. He begged the birds to ask his wife to bring out all the soft materials in his house and spread them so that he would jump from the sky and land on them. All of them refused. However, the eagle, who was the most angry of the birds but pretended to be sympathetic to the plight of the tortoise, agreed to deliver the message. Tortoise thanked him. The eagle flew to the tortoise's wife and instead asked her to bring out and spread all the hard materials from their home. The wife of the tortoise did as the eagle told her. Tortoise looked down from the sky and saw her bringing objects, but he did not know that they were hard objects because he could barely see them, thanks to the enormous distance. After his wife arranged the materials in front of his house, the tortoise jumped from the sky. He fell on the hard objects, breaking his shell into pieces. A native doctor later arranged these together, but up to this day, his shell remained cracked.